Good morning, Arizona. Welcome back. We want to talk about some stories that have been in the news that were incredibly devastating. Here's a 10-year-old boy out of Chino Valley who was found killed. His mother and her boyfriend arrested for his murder. He was found beaten and bruised and burned as well. Now to a woman out of Glendale who has been taken into police custody after her 5-month-old baby was smothered. Reportedly because the baby was crying, and that's how she coped with that in the moment. So we want to bring in Claire Louge, who is with Prevent Child Abuse Arizona, to talk about these incidents with us and about prevention of child abuse. Obviously, these stories are always devastating to report, especially as parents. It's really difficult. But it seems like these in particular are striking a chord with many people. So what can we do to sort of address these issues before they become news stories?
Thank you so much, Olivia, for asking that question. We at Prevent Child Abuse Arizona are so devastated to hear these stories, as I'm sure you and all of your viewers are as well. But what we hope that these stories will inspire is people wanting to prevent child abuse before it occurs. So of course, the first thing is that we must be vigilant if we suspect child abuse in our communities or in our neighborhoods.
Yes.
We must call the Arizona Child Abuse Hotline, the DCS hotline. And just because you call that hotline does not mean that the Department of Child Safety is going to take away your child. They will take the information that you give them and sort it and make sure that they apply that information and determine what to do next.
I'm glad you point that out, because you've heard people say many times, and you'll hear it even in conversation, oh, they feel concerned about this or that, but they didn't want to overreact. And oftentimes, sadly, you'll hear this after a tragedy is reported. A neighbor will say, oh, I had an indication, but I didn't want, to disrupt this family. What if I'm wrong? So what if you're wrong? Authorities will check and make sure that a child is well.
They will determine what to do with the information that you give them.
Yes.
But if you are concerned, what I strongly recommend is that your viewers call the Child Help National Hotline.
Okay.
The Child Help National Hotline is a wonderful helpline that provides information and resources to parents, to even children, and to concerned individuals who might want some information on how to refer families in their lives to resources or to services that might be available in their area. So if you want advice, definitely go to the Child Help National Hotline. It's a wonderful service.
And so those are the options for those of us who are on the outside, maybe looking in and concerned. But if you are in the thick of it and you're parenting, and we all know, if you've raised a baby, you know what it's like in those moments when a baby is crying and crying and crying, and you're frazzled and you're in tears and your coping skills seem to go out the window. You specifically are trying to educate new parents about what to do in these incidents.
Yes. So the job of prevention is to make sure that parents, when they need help, get that help and are able to access that help. So in order to truly prevent child abuse and neglect, it's important that parents have the education, the parenting tips and tools that they need in order to raise their child to have the safe, healthy, and happy childhood that they need. So one of our programs that I believe you're referring to is the Never Shake a Baby program, which is fairly self-explanatory in its name. It's when parents who give birth at a birthing hospital get information about the dangers of shaking a child, because shaking an infant can be deadly, and it very often is.
Very effective video. Take a look at it on the website and share it with any new mom out there. You put a baby in a safe place, in the crib, in the bassinet, in a little, in their car seat, in the house. You buckle them in, you walk away, and you take a couple of breaths, and you step out into another room, and you compose yourself, and everything can switch. You come back in, and you let that frustration subside. It is natural, but these are some ways to help you cope with it. So good resources over there, and your website again is
PCAAZ.org. It talks about our programs. It talks about our upcoming Child Abuse Prevention Conference, which is happening next month. If you want to be part of that solution to make sure that all kids in Arizona have the safe and healthy childhoods that they deserve, you should attend that conference.
Claire, thank you so much. Such an important message. We appreciate your time. Let's send it into Javi.